Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate video, and another episode of Mix Set Monday. Apologies that this week's episode was out a little bit later than usual. I had to go out this morning, so that pushed everything back by a little bit, but regardless, it's here now. Also, just before I start today's episode, I want to take a moment to just explain why I choose some of the sets that I do. See, while the majority of you guys enjoy this series, there have been a handful of people complaining about the sets chosen. Ultimately, I started this series to showcase mixed sets from members of the community. What's more, the Monster Hunter community is comprised of both new and old players. So while the veteran players out there may expect their endgame sets to be, say, 70 or 80 point sets with precise talisman, others can still benefit from mixed sets that provide a handful of useful skills. And as such, while some of the sets I showcase may not be considered top tier, they are more often than not very accessible and can usually still provide combinations that are otherwise unobtainable through complete sets. That being said, I am not ignoring the veteran players, and I am actually working on a suggested set from Meek the Shy for a future episode. It's a really cool style bombing set that I hope to show you guys in the next couple of weeks once I manage to track down some Savage Joe pods. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's turn our attention to this week's set. This set suggestion comes from Carfire, however he doesn't take credit for the set itself, he merely suggested that I show it. This set is actually a very popular greatsword set used by a lot of players. It's normally referred to as the BAI BAI KAISER set, and while I personally don't like the way it looks, there's no denying that it has some great skills. First of all, it's comprised of the Skull Visage helm or the Black Belt helm. Either one will work, both provide torso up, but I personally go for Skull simply because I like the way it looks. You then have the Kaiser chest and arms, the Kushala waist, and the Tetsukawa X legs, again for another torso up. Now simply for turning up, you have Sheath Control, which is Punishing Draw and Quick Sheath combined, and this grants you the ability to stun monsters with draw attacks from cutting weapons and also allows faster sheathing. You also have Sharpness +1, and for me it's only greyed out because I've got the God Greatsword. And then lastly, you do have a negative skill, Cold Surge, but this can very easily be gemmed out should you need to. Now without including weapons or talisman, this set only has 8 slots. However, thanks to your torso up skills on both the helmet and the legs, the chest becomes the most important piece. You want to throw a Draw Jewel 2 into the chest, and a Draw Jewel 1 into one of your other pieces, and this will then give you critical draw, which increases your affinity for all draw attacks by a whopping 100%. On top of that, you can then use the remaining slots paired with a fast charge talisman to give you focus, which speeds up the rate at which you charge your charge attacks. And then with all of those skills in place, you do still have a few more slots depending on your talisman and your weapon. So you could even sneak something like evasion in should you want to. But for the time being, that is it. This is a great set for greatsword users. So thank you very much to Carfire for suggesting it, and thank you to everyone else for your ongoing suggestions. If you guys do have a set you want me to showcase in a future episode, then please drop it in the comments down below. And as always, you can find a link to Carfire's original post in the description box down below, and also a link to the Mix Set Monday playlist if you want to catch up on any of the past sets. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.